Have you ever felt like the world around you is an invisible web, where every word you say, every action you take, and even your most personal thoughts are laid bare for judgment? We live in an era where the line between the private and the public has blurred, where a single comment or casual share can ripple into consequences you never imagined. The things we choose to reveal, often innocently, sometimes return to haunt us in ways we can't foresee. In the process of sharing too much, we risk losing something irreplaceable, our inner peace. But you're not alone in this struggle. Stoicism, a philosophy that has endured for centuries, reminds us that some things are best kept within, not out of fear or selfishness, but because they are the essence of our strength and freedom. This video is your guide to those timeless lessons. 7 things you should never share with anyone in 2025. These aren't just abstract principles from ancient wisdom. They're hard-earned truths born from experience and shared with you to help navigate the challenges of our modern world. Join me on this journey to rediscover your inner peace and clarity. What you're about to hear isn't just theory. It's a collection of insights forged through real-life experiences. Each of these 7 lessons is a key to preserving your strength and balance in 2025. So give yourself this moment of focus and don't miss even a single part. This is your time to equip yourself with the resilience to face whatever lies ahead. Let's begin. Number 1. Your vulnerabilities and fears. Do not share your weaknesses or fears with just anyone, for the world is not always as kind and compassionate as you might hope. In today's society, where people often only value you when you appear strong, revealing vulnerability can be a double-edged sword. Not everyone truly wishes for your well-being. Some may simply wait for you to stumble, ready to use your deepest fears against you. When you expose your frailties, it's akin to handing someone a sharp sword, and no one can guarantee they won't wield it to harm you. Imagine standing at a crossroads in your career, feeling uncertain and fearful about the future. You decide to confide these worries to a colleague, hoping for solace. Yet, instead of understanding, you're met with scrutinizing looks and whispered doubts about your abilities. This could cost you opportunities, or worse, erode your already fragile confidence. Stoicism reminds us that when we share our vulnerabilities recklessly, we unwittingly hand over control of our emotions to others. This not only disturbs our inner peace, but also risks our fears being exploited. This is why we must tread carefully. Vulnerability, when kept private, is not a weakness. It's a form of self-respect, a way of protecting the most delicate parts of ourselves. But don't mistake keeping your fears private for repressing your emotions. We all experience moments of weakness, times when it feels like the world is against us. This is part of the human journey. What matters is not whether you feel fear, but how you confront it. Ask yourself, do you want your fears to become a doorway for untrustworthy people to walk through and hurt you? Or would you rather guard them as secrets, sharing them only with those who genuinely care for your growth and well-being? I'm not suggesting that you fake strength or deny your feelings. What I am saying is that you must choose carefully whom you trust with your innermost struggles. Ask yourself, who has stood by you in your weakest moments? Who has helped you rise, rather than using your difficulties to diminish you? Remember, not everyone deserves your trust. Great secrets, like fears and weaknesses, should be reserved for those who truly want to see you thrive, those who will look you in the eye and say, "You've got this." Always keep in mind that your weaknesses do not define you. Failures are not the end. They are merely challenges along your path. As Seneca wisely said, difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. The struggles you face are merely exercises to fortify your mind. You don't need to expose them to the world. You don't need anyone's validation to know that you are strong and worthy. Fear, like a shadow, grows larger when you fixate on it. But when you focus on action, on confronting it rather than avoiding it, that shadow diminishes and loses its hold on you. Think back to the last time you felt afraid. Perhaps you were anxious about making a big decision, or doubted your abilities when facing a challenge at work. How did you overcome it? Was it not your inner resilience that carried you through? Those experiences prove that you are stronger than you think, and you don't need to share those vulnerable moments with those who don't deserve to witness them. As we navigate 2025 with its countless challenges and opportunities, it's vital to protect your inner peace. Not everyone will understand the path you're on, and that's okay. You don't need the approval of the world to keep moving forward. Embrace your weaknesses and fears as part of your growth journey. Share them only with those who are worthy, those who will lift you up when you fall, because you are stronger than you realize. And the most powerful truth is this: you always have the choice in how you will face whatever challenges lie ahead. Number 2, plans for the future. Not sharing your future plans doesn't make you selfish or reserved. It's a way to safeguard something sacred and personal. In this journey, you are building something deeply significant to yourself, and not everyone is equipped to understand your vision. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what lies within our control, and your plans are a crucial part of that realm. Imagine you've just kindled a dream, a small spark that ignites your heart with excitement. You share this plan with a friend, hoping for encouragement, but instead they question you. Are you sure this is a good idea? Do you really think you're capable of this? What seemed like harmless remarks suddenly morph into an invisible weight, seeding doubt in your mind. To protect your ideas, let them grow in silence, free from judgment and pressure. Think of a tiny seed. It needs fertile soil and time to take root, undisturbed by constant digging from curious hands. When you act quietly, you not only shield your plans from negativity, but also channel your energy entirely toward bringing your dreams to life. Consider the story of a friend learning a new skill, like playing the piano. If they announce to everyone that they'll become a brilliant pianist, what might happen? Perhaps they'll be met with skeptical glances or, worse, discouraging advice. Don't waste your time. That's not for you. But if they keep their dream close, practicing diligently every day, one day their music will tell the story for them. Their journey and results will be the ultimate answer to any doubt. Keeping your plans private doesn't mean rejecting connection or isolating yourself. You can still confide in trusted mentors or close friends when you need guidance. But remember, not everyone needs to know what you're working on. The right time to share is when your efforts have taken shape, when you can stand tall and say, "This is what I've accomplished," not out of pride, but as a testament to your dedication. As we step into 2025, a world filled with noise and endless opinions, silence may become one of your most powerful allies. Ask yourself, what could happen if you held your plans close, quietly working to bring them to life? Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Instead of seeking agreement or recognition, focus on action and let your results speak for themselves. Ultimately, silence is not weakness. It is strength. It is how you protect your dreams from the intrusions of the world and keep your journey undisturbed by unnecessary distractions. So, are you ready to guard your plans in silence and let your actions speak? Let 2025 be the year you embody the spirit of Stoicism, resolute, composed, and determined. Say it with me in the comments, silent action. Say it with conviction, because when you turn your plans into reality without needing to announce them, you become unstoppable. You demonstrate mastery over your emotions, energy, and life itself. There's no need to explain, justify, or seek approval. Your actions do the talking. You are in control of your destiny. As you learn to protect your future plans through silence and action, extend this practice to other areas of your life. One of the most critical aspects to guard is your personal financial details. Just like your future plans, your finances reflect your ability to control and navigate your life. Revealing such information makes you vulnerable to judgment and interference. Don't let these distractions shake your foundation. Let's explore why keeping financial matters private is equally important in the next lesson. Number 3. Your financial secrets. Money has long been regarded as one of life's essential pillars, yet it remains one of the most sensitive topics, capable of causing profound harm if not handled with care. In 2025, as the world grapples with increasing economic, social, and technological complexities, sharing personal financial details has become one of the riskiest actions you can take. This is not merely a matter of privacy, but a question of safeguarding your personal freedom and inner peace. Imagine a scenario. Mark, a young investor, recently achieved a major milestone with a lucrative deal that significantly boosted his bank account. At a gathering with friends caught up in excitement, he revealed the impressive figures in his account. Initially, everyone congratulated him and admired his success. But just days later, one of his friends began suggesting joint investments or even asked for a large loan. When Mark declined, the initial admiration turned into resentment, even leading to gossip behind his back. What once seemed like a strong bond began to fracture, all because of a moment when Mark shared what should have remained private. Sharing financial details is not merely a casual act of conversation. It carries the power to alter how others perceive you. Some might see it as motivation, while others could succumb to envy. Envy is a complex and volatile emotion. Once it arises, it can lead to unpredictable actions or words that may hurt you. Even close friends or family members are not immune to such feelings, especially when they perceive themselves as falling short in comparison to you. Beyond interpersonal dynamics, oversharing financial information opens the door to exploitation. In a rapidly advancing technological landscape, any information you share can be weaponized. Take James, a successful software engineer, for instance. Proud of his substantial cryptocurrency investments, he confided in a colleague. Unbeknownst to him, this colleague later spread false rumors about him at work. This not only tarnished James's reputation, but also subjected him to increased scrutiny from his superiors. The result? A loss of trust and a work environment filled with undue stress, all stemming from an innocent attempt to share his enthusiasm. Even more profoundly, sharing financial details impacts your own emotions and state of mind. You may simply want to express joy when discussing your finances, but at times you might unconsciously seek validation or admiration. Such admiration, if it comes at all, is often fleeting and can quickly fade when others feel you are creating distance from them. This doesn't just affect the authenticity of your relationships, but also leaves you vulnerable to unsolicited questions or gossip. Once words are spoken, they cannot be taken back, and you cannot control how others interpret or use that information. Keeping your financial details private is not only a way to protect yourself from potential risks, but also a means of maintaining balance in your relationships and safeguarding your inner peace. The world of 2025 is one where information can be a weapon, and anything you disclose, whether intentionally or accidentally, can be turned against you. By choosing discretion, you assert your right to keep others from encroaching on the most critical aspects of your life. Silence, at times, is not just a defense mechanism, but a powerful declaration of your autonomy. Life is already filled with enough pressure. Don't let your finances become yet another burden by sharing them in the wrong place or with the wrong people. Instead, let them remain a secret you wisely use to build your life. You don't need others to validate you based on the numbers in your bank account. Your true worth lies elsewhere. It is found in how you live, how you face challenges, and how you protect what matters most. Just as finances are a private matter to be safeguarded, so too is your health. If your finances build your life, your health is the foundation that allows you to enjoy it. Sharing too much about your health can make you the subject of unnecessary pity or curiosity. Discretion not only shields you, but also helps you maintain control over your life. Let's delve deeper into this lesson in the next chapter. Number 4. Personal health. Do not share your health struggles with others unless it is truly necessary. This is not because your health is unimportant or because you should face everything alone, but because the journey of facing illness is sacred and deeply personal, a story that only you have the right to write. The world doesn't need to know every detail of what you're going through. Your health is your privacy, your sanctuary where you draw strength, not a stage to expose yourself to the often unkind gaze of misunderstanding. Your body, mind, and spirit are the most precious assets you possess. Health challenges, whether small or monumental, demand your full energy to overcome, not moments to be diluted by the noise of external opinions. Oversharing about your health can sometimes open the door to unnecessary distractions. While some may offer genuine encouragement, others, perhaps unintentionally, may plant seeds of doubt and negativity. Comments like, "You don't look well," or "I knew someone with your condition and it didn't end well," may weigh heavier on you than the illness itself. Such words, no matter the intent, can become an added burden. Do not let the world write your story with their half-formed opinions. Only you truly understand what you're facing, and only you have the authority to decide how to respond. When confronting pain, what matters is not what others think, but how you choose to rise above it. If you need support, seek out those who can genuinely help. Doctors, therapists, or loved ones who can walk beside you with quiet understanding. Turn to places where you find strength and peace, in meditation, in prayer, or in the simple moments of self-reflection. Think of someone who faced their illness silently, with dignity and resilience, without seeking pity or recognition. Their quiet courage speaks louder than words, and their strength inspires those around them without ever asking for acknowledgement. This is the spirit of Stoicism, meeting challenges with calm and fortitude without needing validation from anyone. The scars, both visible and invisible, are not for the world to see. They are reminders for you that you've endured and grown stronger. Seneca once said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." How often do we torment ourselves with worries about how others perceive us during illness? That fear is often nothing more than a product of our imagination. In truth, you don't owe anyone an explanation. Your hardest days, when pain and uncertainty feel overwhelming, will ultimately define who you are. Your story isn't about the illness. It's about how you overcome it, how you maintain your dignity and spirit even when everything feels like it's falling apart. Facing illness is not just a physical battle, but also a test of your soul and willpower. Choosing to keep your story close does not signify weakness. It signifies that you are safeguarding your most precious energy. Silence is not avoidance. It is your way of focusing on healing and transformation. The world doesn't need to see your scars to know that you're a warrior. You know it, and that is enough. Keep this journey sacred and personal. Let it be a quiet flame burning within you, subtle yet fierce. And when you emerge on the other side, you won't just be healed. you'll be reborn. Your health, both physical and mental, is your story to tell. Write it with the calm and strength of a true Stoic. You don't need anyone to validate your journey. Your peace and resilience will speak louder than any words. We've now traveled through much of today's discussion. If you've stayed with me this far, it shows your dedication and commitment to creating change. Stay tuned, as the rest of this journey will complete the picture, equipping you with a solid strategy to protect your inner peace and strength as we step into 2025. Number 5. Private family issues. Take a moment to reflect deeply. What is family, if not the sanctuary where you find peace, the fortress that shields you from the chaos of the outside world? A Stoic might say that family is where we practice tolerance, patience, and profound love. But the moment you expose your family's struggles to the outside world, you risk breaking down that sacred wall of protection. You don't just weaken the bonds within, you also open the door for outsiders, those who may not genuinely care, to judge, criticize, and potentially harm both you and your family. Imagine a familiar scenario. You've just had an argument with a family member. In a moment of frustration, you share the story with a friend, or worse, post it on social media. You seek comfort, but instead, you create a distorted lens through which others view your family. Their judgments or ill-suited advice don't just strain the family dynamic, they also leave you with regret. This is the cost of failing to keep family matters within the space where they belong. Why is it so crucial to protect family issues? The world around us is noisy, often judgmental, impatient, and filled with preconceived notions. Sharing family problems with people who have no real role in helping only adds unnecessary pressure and invites unwarranted criticism. Outsiders don't see the full picture. They miss the quiet moments of love behind closed doors, the sacrifices made in silence, and the efforts to weather difficulties together. All they see are the flaws, and it's easy for them to make snap judgments based on incomplete stories. This doesn't mean you must shoulder every difficulty alone. There will be times when you need support or a safe space to release your burdens. However, be discerning in choosing whom to trust. Confide in those who have proven their loyalty, wisdom, and genuine empathy. Sharing with these individuals is not a sign of weakness, but an act of maturity and thoughtfulness. Think of your family as a tree standing firm against the winds of life. Its roots, representing the family's connections, need to be shielded and nurtured. If exposed, even the gentlest breeze can destabilize the tree. But when protected, those roots allow the tree to grow stronger, weathering any storm. As 2025 unfolds, a year when social media and technology further blur the lines between public and private, it becomes more essential than ever to establish clear boundaries. Ask yourself, does the person I'm about to share this with have the right to know? Will sharing this make my family stronger, or will it only add to the problem? Remember, no family is perfect, but that imperfection is what makes it precious. The strength of a family doesn't lie in being flawless, but in overcoming flaws together. Protecting your family's struggles is how you preserve its integrity and, more importantly, how you show your love and respect for them. So, as 2025 approaches, resist the temptation to share family issues with just anyone. Keep them where they belong, in your heart and within your home. This is how you build an unshakable fortress, a place where love and healing can thrive, no matter the storms raging outside. However, privacy extends beyond the boundaries of family. In life, there are confidences shared under the banner of trust, an intangible yet invaluable asset. Secrets, like invisible threads, strengthen relationships when handled with care. If misused, they can completely unravel trust. Now that we've explored the importance of safeguarding family matters, let's delve into how you can honor and protect the confidences entrusted to you, an equally vital principle in living a wise and resilient life. Number 6. Trustworthy confessions. The revelation of a secret entrusted to you in confidence is one of the most precious gifts a person can offer. When someone opens their heart, they aren't merely sharing information, they're offering a part of themselves, their fears, dreams, and perhaps even their deepest wounds. This act requires immense courage and carries an unspoken message: I trust you. Such trust is not easily earned, and once given, it must be protected as something sacred. Imagine this familiar scenario. A close friend shares a failure from their past, something they've never told anyone else. In that moment, they remove their armor, exposing the most vulnerable part of their soul. It's not just a story, it's a form of entrustment, a belief that you will safeguard what they have shared. But if, even once, you let that secret slip, whether accidentally or intentionally, what would you have done? You wouldn't just betray their trust, you would leave an irreparable fracture in your relationship. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Betraying trust is fundamentally wrong, and for that reason, it should never happen. In today's fast-paced, information-saturated world, where secrets are shared as casually as photos on social media, the value of discretion has become more important than ever. Each day we witness stories, confessions, and even personal disputes aired publicly for likes and comments. This not only erodes trust among people, but turns privacy into a rare luxury. Ask yourself, how would you feel if you became the subject of a story shared without your consent? What would it be like to see your deepest, most vulnerable truths transformed into gossip? Of course, keeping a secret is not always easy. At times, the temptation to share it with someone else may be overwhelming, perhaps to seek empathy or simply to make your own story more compelling. But pause for a moment and reflect. If you were in their position, how would you want your secret to be protected? Remember, once trust is broken, it's like shattered glass. No matter how carefully you try to piece it back together, the cracks will always remain, a visible reminder of betrayal. Yet, safeguarding a secret is not only about respecting others, it's also about respecting yourself. Stoicism emphasizes that ethics and dignity are fundamental principles, never to be compromised for convenience or fleeting temptations. Choosing to keep a secret is more than just an act of protecting another's confidence. It is a testament to your inner freedom. This is the kind of freedom that remains undisturbed by the urge to share for attention or to seek validation. It is a conscious choice to walk a more challenging yet noble path, one that upholds and affirms your moral integrity and sense of honor. These lessons are invaluable in everyday life. A colleague confides in you about a failed project they're ashamed of. Let the conversation end there, between you and them. A friend shares their heartbreak from a painful relationship. Never bring it up as a topic of casual conversation with others. Be the safe space where others feel secure in their vulnerability, for that not only helps them, but also elevates you to the best version of yourself. So, as we step into 2025 and every year beyond, choose the path of a Stoic. Cherish and safeguard the secrets entrusted to you, not just because it's the right thing to do, but because it builds a life of meaning, where honor, respect, and the value of trust stand at the forefront. If you resonate with this, like this video to affirm your commitment, and together, let's create a world where trust and dignity prevail. Number 7. Acts of kindness or charity. In Stoicism, good deeds are not meant to be flaunted or celebrated for applause. They are an intrinsic part of human nature, directed toward doing what is right, not for rewards or recognition, but for the sake of virtue itself. When we engage in acts of kindness or perform noble gestures, the true value lies not in how others perceive or judge us, but in the quiet peace of mind that comes from knowing we have acted rightly. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you have done good and another has benefited, why do you still look, as fools do, for a third thing besides credit for the good deed or a favor in return?" His reminder, though simple, carries profound depth. Goodness is sufficient unto itself. Nothing more is needed. Picture this. On a cold evening, you encounter a homeless person shivering on the street. You offer them a warm meal and a cozy blanket. As you watch their face light up with gratitude, you feel a sense of warmth and fulfillment. But then, you take a picture of the moment and post it on social media, waiting for likes and compliments. In that instant, has your action lost its original purity? In today's world, where everything can be turned into a tool for self-promotion, the ability to keep good deeds private has become a formidable challenge. Epictetus wisely advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." We need not speak of our kindness. Let our actions speak for themselves. Moreover, sharing good deeds can sometimes not only diminish their intrinsic value, but also unintentionally harm the recipient. Consider how a person in need might feel if their struggles were made public as evidence of someone else's generosity. Rather than feeling grateful, they might feel belittled, reduced to a prop in someone's narrative of self-image. Acts of kindness, if not rooted in absolute sincerity, can easily become unintended wounds inflicted on others. Life is full of understated yet meaningful examples that teach us the beauty of humility. Take, for instance, an ordinary man who dedicates part of his day to feeding stray cats in his neighborhood. No one knows about his actions. There are no photos posted online, no compliments received. Yet he continues simply because of the quiet joy he feels when he sees the cats well-fed and healthy. This is the essence of Stoicism, to act rightly without the need to prove anything to anyone. Why then do we often feel compelled to share? Have you ever questioned the true motivation behind your good deeds? Is it driven by genuine compassion or by a desire for acknowledgement? If no one noticed or praised your actions, would you still continue to do good? These are the questions Stoicism encourages us to ask ourselves, helping us understand our own intentions more clearly. Let your kindness be your secret, not out of fear or selfishness, but because it is the truest expression of virtue. The best way to preserve the purity of your actions. When you do good without anyone knowing, you experience a joy that is untouched by ego or vanity, a joy that is entirely your own. We do not need to explain our goodness or prove anything to anyone. Simply living in alignment with our values is enough, allowing that quiet goodness to ripple outward. The year 2025 will bring countless opportunities to do good. But let us remember, kindness is not something to be shared or measured. Let it remain a private moment, a beautiful truth known only to you. For it is in that quietude that kindness becomes truly profound. We've just explored 7 essential things that Stoicism teaches us to keep private in 2025, from personal vulnerabilities and future plans to acts of kindness. Each lesson holds a profound truth. True inner peace isn't found in what we reveal to the world, but in what we choose to protect within ourselves. By safeguarding these personal values, you are building a fortress of strength and resilience where no outside force can shake your freedom or disturb your tranquility. These lessons are not just for today. They are timeless wisdom to guide you on your journey to a more meaningful life. If you found this video valuable and haven't yet hit the like button, now is the perfect time to do so. Your support inspires me to continue creating impactful content. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Share your experiences, reflections, or anything this video sparked within you. Don't forget to share this video with your loved ones, as these lessons might help them find strength and peace in their own lives. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. More thoughtful and meaningful content is on its way, created just for you. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Remember, the journey to bettering yourself is never one you take alone, and I'm here to walk this path alongside you. Wishing you a day full of inspiration, and I'll see you in the next video.